Let me ask you a quick question, right? So, my dad is 70 years old. He's 70 years old. And him and I haven't been enjoying the best of relationships in recent times. Not necessarily because we are fighting, but we've just been distracted and a lot has been happening, and we haven't been prioritizing spending time together and talking on the phone as often as we should. And I'm partly to blame for that because I'm the son, right? And my dad is old and, he doesn't have much time. I should be the one that's making more effort to seeing him and spending time with him. And I haven't been doing that, you know? And the question I asked myself was, is this how I want my son to treat me when I'm my dad's age? Because looking at my dad, I'm seeing a future version of myself at my dad's age, if I'm blessed enough to reach that age. Is that how I would want my son to treat me? To be so busy and distracted that he doesn't prioritize spending time with me and seeing me and talking to me as often as he can. I wouldn't want that at all. And so it somehow changed how I want to do this relationship with my dad. So I called him after having those thoughts, and then I had a good chat with him, and then I planned to visit him over the weekend. So I want to ask you a question. Is that how you would want your son or your daughter to treat you when you are your mom or your dad's age? Because when you look at your parents, your mom or your dad, you're seeing a future version of yourself. Is that how you want to be treated? If not, you need to change how you think. The paradigm of your relationship with your parents has to change and be different, because that's a reflection of your future relationship, of your older version's relationship with your kids. And so when I woke up this morning and I was getting ready for the day, I had a few questions that popped into my head that I started asking myself. I said, what is the greatest ideal that I would like to present? The greatest ideal of myself that I would like to present to the world today? How can I show up as the highest version of myself today? How can I best express myself today? And so when I had this moment where I started thinking about my relationship with my dad, I realized that I was actually having a moment of inspiration to really present the greatest ideal of myself, because it doesn't start out there. It starts here with the people around you. How do you present the greatest ideal of yourself to your family, to your friends? It has to start here. So I asked a question that how can I show up as the highest version of myself? And the best way is to show up as the best son. This is where you can start, as the best daughter. Because that's how I would want my children to treat me someday. So it was such a moment of reckoning. It was such an epiphany for me. It was really something. So I hope you learned something from that. It's a question you need to ask yourself as well as you go about your days. The next time you walk into that store, into that mall, and you see an elderly walking in front of you very slowly, and you become agitated and impatient, you need to remember that that's a future version of yourself. And how you treat that elderly, is that how you want someone to treat you someday when you are older at that age? If not, you need to shift how you think and how you look at these things. But because in more ways than one, we are so connected. We are one in so many ways, because we all go through this journey of life and experience the same thing over and over and over again. And that's what we need to learn every day as we go about every moment of our lives, to be more patient with each other, to be more understanding, to be more kind with one another, because our experiences are the same.